Hey guys, welcome to Bollywood Bubble. My name is Rohan Kumar Rai. Today with me is one of the finest directors of Hindi films, from Lagan to Swades to Jodha Akbar and now Mohenjo-daro. With me is none other than Mr. Ashutosh Govarikar. Thank you so much for talking to us, sir. It's a pleasure. Hopefully it'll be for you too. So, sir, you're coming with a film after a gap of 6 years. What made you take this gap of 6 years?
It wasn't intentional. What happened was I was working on another movie called Buddha, and the preparation for that took me 1.5 years. This was along with KLM Jansi when KLM Jansi was just finishing. But for some unavoidable reasons at that time, that film didn't take off. But I had lost that 1.5 year of prep. I mean, it's not lost, because someday I'll make a film on Buddha. So that research will come in to help there. But right after that, I started work on Everest and Mohenjo-daro. And hence, 2 years of Everest, 4 years of overlapping Mohenjo-daro, and here we are.
So, sir, coming to Mohenjo-daro, there's one question I'd really like to know. History, आपका favorite subject था, sir, school में? Because a lot of times you only make films which are based on history.
Yeah, no, it wasn't a favorite subject as such, but it was not a subject that I hated either. I mean, I would say indifferent. I had difficulty remembering all the dates, but I always would pass in history. But I think that indifference is now converted into a lot of interest in history, because in cinema, when you're trying to create different worlds, it's been a very fascinating experience for me. Though I never start off saying, okay, hey, I want to make a film set in this period now. It never starts like that. For me, the theme is important. What is the message that I'm trying to create? What is the relevance of that period to contemporary times? All those things become very important.
Talking of that, so there was Lagan, there was Jodha Akbar, there was Khele Hum Ji Jaan Se, and there is Mohenjo-daro, all based on certain aspects of history. So how difficult is it for you to make a historical film?
It's very difficult. But at the same time, it's an enjoyable process, because you need to have two virtues. One is patience and second is perseverance, to be at it, because it's very time consuming, and it takes a lot of more effort to convince a lot of people about what you're trying to do. It can be actors, it can be just all your crew, which is the head of departments. But let me tell you that at the end of it, when you're finished and you look at the movie, it's a very satisfying feeling, because you have finally brought to fruition an idea, which is just an idea, and you never knew whether you'll be able to actually bring it to screen.
So, sir, there's a dialogue that Spider-Man has: with great power comes great responsibility. With Hindi films, it's with every big movie comes some controversy. So, how do you tackle, controversy surrounding your film? Do you feel the pressure of it?
No, I think I've had controversies with with Lagan also, and with Jodha Akbar also. It's very natural when you're making a historical that people will have reservations about the way you're depicting things, because they are believing in another path. They are following another storyline. They are of an interpretation of another historian. So there is bound to be a reservation. In case of Mohenjo-daro, what I would say is this is prehistory and there's nothing written. So most of it is all speculation. The archaeologist is only speculating. So when you're speculating, what you're trying to create can be different. It might not align with the another person's vision, that person has. But both are right. I cannot say that your vision is wrong, because even I don't know. So ultimately, you're basing all your information on the hardcore archaeological findings. So I think you have to just take it in your stride and go along with the weights.
Speaking of Mohenjo-daro, it's been shot in Kutch. You shot Lagan over there. So how was it shooting in Kutch all over again after a span of good 15 years?
Yeah, it was wonderful. I must tell you, when I went back the first time, when I landed there and I went to the location, that place hasn't changed. It's the same terrain. almost to the level that I could make out that the tree is the same, the Sarpanch's tree, which is in the village square. The hillock is same. I mean, everything, nothing has changed. And that makes me think that it's a landscape frozen in time. It probably was the same 100 years ago, probably was the same 500 years ago. And um, it's beautiful. The people of Kutch, Bhuj, the city, have been extremely cooperative and very passionate about filmmaking. So their contribution is immense. The people of Kuneria, which is a village where this location was, they have been very cooperative, all the farmers there. So given a chance, if I have to do another movie in Kutch, I would very happily go.
So doing another movie, say, we'll come to the part that, this is your second film with Hrithik. So was he the first and only choice for Mohenjo-daro, or?
No, absolutely first choice, and gladly the choice that is in the movie. Because when you're scripting, I have my images formed about what kind of a character this particular character is going to take shape, and it was Hrithik. So I'm very happy that Hrithik said yes. Because if he hadn't said yes, I couldn't have made the film also. Because with him, the huge star that he is, he makes available all the resources to make the movie in terms of the budget. Because it's a slightly large budgeted movie. So you need those funds to make it. So when he comes on board, it becomes slightly easier. But on this film, even UTV, from day one, from the time they read the script, were very, very interested in the film. But they knew it's a huge number, so even they were waiting on that. If we have somebody like a Hrithik, then it becomes easier for all three of us to be getting the right resources to make it.
Okay. And talking of Pooja Hegde, how did you come across her? How was she sort of finalized?
So I was looking for several. I went through several girls' auditions to find the girl who will suit the character of Chani. Now, Chani is someone who I want audiences to discover on screen. Her basic character, her dignity, her grace. And only a new face could have done that. Because when you see a new face, you don't have any baggages for that actor from their previous movies. And so I realized that it has to be a new girl. And then when I was looking, I found, Sunita told me actually that there's a commercial which has this girl, and why don't you see it? And I saw the commercial, and I felt, yes, we can call her in to do the movie, to do the audition. And she was very good at the first audition itself. And I realized that we have found our Chani.
So that's interesting. So having said that, one of the most interesting things, or rather an important fact, is this is one of your shortest films. So it happened by luck. It was a plan कि अब मैं 3 घंटे की picture नहीं बनाऊंगा, 3 घंटे से कम में कुछ करेंगे.
No, conscious decision in a way, because the genre decides what duration it should be having. When you're making a thriller, it cannot be more than 2 hours. When you're making an animation film, it cannot be more than 90 minutes. So every genre has its specifics. This film couldn't have been 3 hours because I didn't need that much extra time on the movie. So it's a much snappier film, and the duration is 2 hours 30 minutes.
2.5 घंटे flat. Okay, so the film is obviously going to release very, very soon. Release is just around the corner. Any sort of pressure that you're feeling, because you're coming practically after 6 years? A lot has changed in terms of the things at the box office and stuff.
No, actually, I don't think much has changed. Simply because audiences love anything that engages them. They don't mind seeing on one Friday they will see a masala film. On Saturday they will see an independent, small, niche little film. On a Sunday they will see a horror film. Anything that engages them. So it's not that audiences like a particular kind of film. So even when I'm coming with the Mohenjo-daro, I think if they find it engaging, they'll like it.
So no pressure.
Yeah.
And talking of masala films, you gave a very good example. Ki, you know, audiences will watch a masala film, they'll a small short film. So you've worked with Amir, you've worked with Shah Rukh. When do we see you working with Salman Khan? Because that will be an association that I think the entire industry want to set up and notice.
Yeah, I would love to work with him. Uh, but you know, with an actor, what happens is it's important that you get a script and a character which suits them. And then you have to hope to God that they like it. They also find the character interesting to play. Because they already have done so many movies, and in every movie they have played so many varied characters that it has to be something that excites them. But for me, it needs to excite me first, and I need to be convinced. So if I have a script for him, I would straight away, meet him and approach him with the script.
Anything in the offing by any chance?
No, not at the moment, because I'm still now finishing, getting out of Mohenjo-daro. Probably, let's see, in the near future, I'll start toying with what I want to do next.
Thank you so much for talking to us, sir. It's been a pleasure. Thank you. Thank you so much.